So with your boy can say something. I'm back before we get to it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you always watch the full video. Bruh, sleep with 100 people? That's crazy, big brother. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I do feel a little bit like embarrassed being like, Mom and Dad, I'm 100 guys.
Why?
I guess because it's not really what my parents would have wanted me to do.
I don't think anyone's parents would want their daughter to
It's just like, why? Like, why? Why? It like if this happened at once for the dudes, why? 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 Like, no, no. Like again, if this ain't in a crazy scenario, this is a group. This is a one event type of thing. She's right there, tooted up, 100 niggas back, bro. Why? After the first dude, why would you want to be second, third, fourth? Like what? Why? And for sure, why would you want to be the 100 dude? Why? Bruh, do you know how many things is going around nowadays, bruh? For her too, like, bruh, like, that's too many bodies. Like, how long did it take for you to get to 100? Again, was this one situation, one event, or was this, over time? If it's over time, at the end of the day, we're grown. So sometimes you need to get your rocks off. Sometimes situations don't work, so therefore, you move on to the next person. And especially if, depending on when you started. Y'all remember the last video? Most of us started young. Not saying that's a good thing, but it happened. Most of us started young. Therefore, if you started from then till you about 30, 35, 40, got to 100, that still sounds crazy. It still sounds crazy, but I guess slightly, sadly, it is what it is. At the end of the day, that's why I say when it comes to, even though like that would make you want to ask, but asking somebody what's their body count is like, let's leave that to the youngins. That's young. When you're grown, this person has had bodies. We already know, fellas. If a girl says two, why do you have two bodies? Why don't you should have one? Why, like, you already know you're gonna say that, you're gonna think that, so therefore why ask?
smash 100 guys as a career. You could have been an astronaut, a lawyer, a teacher, or even a Twitch streamer. But no, you chose to be the face of thottery.
Doesn't mean to say my parents are like gonna disown me or hate me or anything like that. I just don't want them to think less of me.
This makes absolutely
What
no
do you
sense
think
at
of
all.
yourself,
You're telling me
though?
that you wanted to sleep with 100 men in one day. You wanted to publicize it and everything, right? You wanted everyone to know about
This
this.
is one
You
day?
don't want your parents to shame you. That's like me saying, oh yeah, I want to be a criminal. I want to rob people, kill people, commit arson, punch babies, all that. Everything illegal in the book, I want to do that. But I don't want to go to jail though. I don't want to do the time when I do the crime, you know? Ma'am, that is the consequences of your actions. Like, what are you talking about? If your parents were to shame you for sleeping with 100 men in 24 hours, you should be happy because that means that you have a
Yeah, you should be happy because you have parents who love and value your respect, which you should do. Because if he said one day, why? Why? Like, why? Why? Like, what did you gain? What did you gain? Like, did you get a check each person, or was it just one cheap amount? Because you already know, like, to them start, they don't get that much. You might think that, hey, they're, because what they're doing, that they making thousands and racks of dollars. No, the company is. They're not. They got paid for the shoot. You feel me? So why? That's only I can. That's only that's coming across my mind is why. In one day, why? What was the purpose? What was the benefit? What was the consequence? Because I know it was something.
good set of parents. It'd be pretty dumb for your parents to be out here
A
co-signing like,
hundred,
oh yeah,
a
my daughter,
hundred
she's the
dudes one
sweetest
day.
human
You don't
being in the
need no
world,
more
you
for
know,
the
in her
rest of your
career,
life.
smashing 100 guys in 24 hours on OnlyFans. Like, what? This woman makes no sense. Now, I'm pretty sure we all know who this woman is. This woman is Lillian Phillips. I've talked about her briefly in
I've
a
never heard
recent
of this
video,
lady.
but I never really went too in depth on her. And I feel like in this video, I kind of want to go in depth on this whole situation. So essentially, she's this OF girl who slept with 100 men in one day, vlogged her entire process, and uploaded it to OnlyFans. And recently, a YouTuber named Josh Peters did a whole documentary on the lead up to her sleeping with 100 men and the aftermath, which I highly recommend checking it out. I'm gonna link it in the description below. But yeah, this woman slept with 100 guys in 24 hours. To be more specific, 100 guys in 14 hours from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. She was on the 14-hour shift getting the meets back to back, no Drake. This woman got an Airbnb, had a bunch of guys coming in and out like a revolving door. She had people STD test as well.
No, like people, like again, people gotta have some type of morals about themselves, bro. Like, all right, for that type of content, you probably wouldn't because it's like, oh my gosh, ain't no way she really did it, and so therefore the people who are paying already, they're gonna go watch it because they're already paying. Their their mind is blown too. Like what? Like, and again, for the I guess you gotta be a part of that life in order to understand it. Because me, if I know that when I'm on my way to you, I'm driving in a car, I know I'm number 6. What? Hell no. Hell no. No,
in the documentary,
no,
she said that a lot of people canceled, and like it got to a point where some people that came would just call and just be like, yo, pull up, and then one of their homies would pull up and just hop in line, which is crazy. I know somebody's walking out of there with an STD
bro, go
or
get
something.
that.
I'd hate to be that 100th guy, you know? That man's probably walking out with HIV, gonorrhea, Ebola, anything in the book he's walking out with. I'd hate to be a guy just in this whole situation in general. Like, do you know how desperate of a man you have to be to sit in line and do something like this?
Bro,
I'm gonna get to her. I'm gonna get back to Lillian Phillips in a minute. But as a man, you sat in line knowing that all these other dudes smashed this woman and you still did it at the end of the day. There was even a clip in the documentary of this one dude who like did his thing, right? And then he was shaking afterwards. Like, I don't know what happened. I guess like some demons came out while he was having intercourse.
That's why he like,
and I guess he got haunted. I don't know. I'd also hate to be the Airbnb owner, because imagine you let someone rent out one of your properties, right? You're thinking that they're taking a nice vacation, but nah, they're getting clapped for the entire day. Like, the stench within the air of the Airbnb has got to be diabolical. Like, you're gonna need more than air freshener to get rid of that stench. I don't even think it's possible to clean the house after something like this. You just gotta burn the whole crib down. Now, you may be wondering why. Why would a woman do such a thing? Now, for me personally, I thought this was like some sort of marketing stunt to promote her OnlyFans, which it probably is. That's most likely an ulterior motive, but she claimed in this documentary that it was her fantasy before she was even in the industry.
I think other people in the industry definitely look down on me for doing this, but I think at the end of the day, people forget that it's also my fantasy.
No, I don't think they do. I don't think they do because, hey, they we probably, hey, I'm quite sure either you just seen it or you just seen the thumbnail. 8 dudes, 10 dudes, 20 dudes, 1 girl. We know all seen you either seen the thumbnail or you clicked on it and you seen the video. Especially if you been on Twitter, you might see all type of things, but I don't do it on Twitter. But I'm quite sure some of them don't look down, but some of them probably still are like with a regular sane mind. 100, like you're like at 100. You don't need no more. You should be done. You should be done for years. For years, you should be done. Because it was 100 people. Out of 100, she probably got her rocks off probably like, I don't know, 20 times. Out of 100. Because some everybody ain't got that much blood. And then you're at a certain point, you're dry. You're like a dude. You can only get yours off so many times before after a while you have nothing. It's nothing. All you get is a feeling of, you get the feeling, but there's nothing because it's dry. It's dry. It's done. So I heard you was dry. Like, what was you doing? Loop. Like, I don't get like 100. I don't care if it was 14 hours. That is a long time to be getting your back blown out. And for the dudes again, the 15, 16, 20, like, bro, you're in line. Here, wait, knowing, hell no, bro.
And this is also something that I'm really enjoying and want to do and have wanted to do before I was even in the industry.
There are so many fantasies you could
You
have.
could have did this in
and your
segments.
fantasy is sleeping with 100 men in one day. Please bring back creativity and imagination. This woman could have said, like, my fantasy, is maybe eating some Wingstop off the back of a dragon. But no, she said smashing 100 dudes. Like, bro. And all throughout this documentary, this woman was claiming how much she apparently loves doing this, how excited she is, and how it's empowering to take 100 guys in one day. There was actually this one part that I thought was pretty funny where Josh Peters, the dude who made the documentary, asked her if she'd refer to herself as a feminist for this.
Would you refer to yourself as a feminist?
Yeah. At the end of the day, doesn't feminist mean like you just want equal rights for boys and girls? And yeah, I do what I want and I do it because I enjoy it. I think there are obviously some women that maybe go into it because they have to or need the money and stuff like that, or they're kind of coached into it by men. But my personal experience is I've only ever felt empowered by the fact that I'm making money off something that I think guys will do anyway. Like, guys are always going to sexualize me, so I may as well try and profit off that bit.
Okay, maybe this woman might be like dyslexic or something, but I'm pretty sure she's confusing the word feminist with the word thought. Like, there is no way in hell that sleeping with 100 guys could be considered feminism. How is sleeping with 100 guys making women equal to men? If anything, it's making you look worse because it makes you look easy. I mean, you gave it up to 100 dudes in one day. How is someone supposed to look at you normally after that? So I don't understand. How is it?
It's like the Gucci nigga when he said he had 3,000 bodies. Why? It's like she's trying to make it seem like, all right, she like if a man did it, he'd be looked at as nothing, like, you're him. So she's like, all right, I'm doing it because I'm a girl, so I'm her. No, because like him, you got 3,000 bodies. Why? And look what he got. Why do you have or why do you need 3,000 bodies? Like, at a certain point, after like 1,000, bruh, like, you probably had different every cause you know how people say they're all the same. No, you all know that they're not all the same. They all look different. The death is different. The grip is different. The throwback is different. The smell be different. The texture, the wetness be different. So therefore, we know that it's not all the same. But after you hit 1,000, you had all of them. There is nothing more that this girl box can do that the other 500 didn't did. Nothing, because you already, bro. What is the purpose?
It's an act of feminism. I wonder, is she also doing this because it's more socially acceptable for men to have higher body counts? So to make women equal to men, she's sleeping with a ton of guys to spike up her body count so women feel better about having higher body counts? Like, is that her like goal here? Is that her goal from this? And if that is an ulterior motive, that still doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, you gave it up to 100 guys in 24 hours, 14 to be specific. No matter how you spin it, this woman still looks stupid. Like, your box was more free than a Costco sample on the weekends. What do you mean you're a feminist? What also doesn't make sense is that this woman said, guys are always going to try and sexualize me, so I might as well make some profit off of it. Not every dude is going to do that. Yeah, there's some weirdos out here that's going to sexualize every single woman that they see, but I can assure you that that's not every single dude. I mean, for crying out loud, look at this economy. McChickens are $3. You think that we're over here worried about trying to sexualize a woman 24/7? No, we're trying to get this bag. You're telling me that I gotta pay $3 for a McChicken, this low-grade meat from Mickey?
I'm sorry. She sounded delusional, just how Raven-Symoné sounded delusional when she said we were boys, men. We was watching her back then when we was kids because her chest size. We never paid no attention to that. No attention to that. Yes, you were pretty. You were cute, but nobody paid attention to that. Nobody. We was not thinking nothing of that. We was waiting for you to have the little insight moment because that was always a crazy little clip. That was like you're delusional. What are you talking about?
D's? Hell no. Not every man is worried about sexualizing you when we got bigger fish to fry. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest.
Bills.
During this whole documentary, even though she was out here saying like, oh yeah, I enjoy this as feminism, whatever, right? I truly didn't believe that she enjoyed it, right? I feel like this was just like some sort of coping mechanism, but I may just be an idiot because there's this one part where she was crying because she didn't satisfy everyone who came. Some people flew out from different countries to come
what
get
can
that
you
box,
do?
you know? Everyone was promised 5 minutes with her, but some people got less than that because I guess they were on some sort of time crunch. So some people only had 2 minutes with her and some people only had 3 when they were promised 5. And after this whole thing, she decided to cry because she felt for these people.
I think that was kind of the hard.
Imagine being number 30. You've been in line all this time and you go in there and you get 2 minutes. You're like, all right, you're done. Who's done? What are you talking about?
Part is like conversing with them and like when they'd kind of be like, oh, like we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes and you said 5 on the message.
Did someone say that to you?
Yeah. And obviously it just makes me feel so bad.
Do you think you should feel bad about that?
You should have let them
I guess when
finish.
you've
What are you
promised
talking
something
about?
to people who support you, it's kind of hard to let them down.
But it's up to you, right? Like when you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be completely real. I feel like she's crying because she's realizing what she just did. I mean, she slept with 100 people in one day. A majority of people in this world don't sleep with 100 people before they die. And she did this in one day. Us humans aren't built to sleep with 100 people in one day. Woman or man,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who. You're not built to sleep with that many people
Your
in a
body
day.
is
And even in a
drained.
lifetime. Like, that's not something normal. I don't care what you say, it's not normal. I know it's 2024 and we're trying to normalize everything on this planet, but this isn't normal. So I feel like these tears are more from her regretting her decision rather than her not being able to satisfy everyone. But maybe I'm just being the friend that's too woke right now. Maybe she's legitimately crying for the love of the game. Maybe she's literally just a max prestige Trish. And what's even crazier is that I remember there's this one part in the documentary. Josh Peters asked, is there anybody's names that you know on your OnlyFans? Like, do you see anybody that maybe you went to school with or just maybe a homie or something like that? Do you see those people sub to your OnlyFans? And this woman just said so casually, she was like, oh yeah, some of my dad's friends watch me.
Have you like recognized any of the names in here of people that you might know?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's been some guys like outwardly say like we used to go to school together, or some of like dad's friends and stuff like that.
What messaging you?
Yeah.
This woman is saying this like this isn't weird, like this isn't crazy. And apparently her parents support her, which is insane. Overall, this whole situation is crazy. I mean, from this, she essentially...
That's the thing, like, for me, that's why I couldn't date somebody who does that. Because it's like, somebody can just 1, 2, 3, like, come on, 1, 2, 3 clicks and see everything. No. Like, real dudes, we like something, we want to know. That's why most dudes do end up asking how many bodies you got, because we're hopefully you don't got that many and everybody don't know what you look like and what it feel like. That's what we're hoping. That's what for the most part, that's what they're asking. Yes, it's to find if you ran through or not, but it's hoping for the fact that hopefully everybody don't know. But if everybody can just 1, 2, 3 clicks and see it, nah, I'm good.
tarnishes
You
any
could be
accomplishments
bombing.
that she's
You could
ever
be- you
had
could
in
look
life.
so
And
fire,
now
but-
all people are gonna see her as is the girl who smashed 100 dudes shamelessly. But I don't feel bad, and you shouldn't either, because she made the decision, and she's also made the decision to go for the record of sleeping with 1,000 men in one day.
So you might know me as the girl who's been with 101 guys in a day. Now I'm currently in training to do 1,000 guys in a day, and on the 15th December I shall be taking on 300 guys in a day, which is the most amount of guys I've ever done. And so it's going to be hard, but in comparison to the 1,000, this should be light work.
Oh, you thought it was over? Nah, she's just getting started. That was just her rookie game. You're about to see some LeBron numbers soon. I find it wild how this woman is just talking about this like it's some sort of challenge. Shawty, this isn't BO6 dark matter. Your cooter is not gonna turn diamond after this. Lily.
And if she's making some people go 2 minutes, even though some people end up going 2 minutes, But if you only get a minute, you only get 2 minutes, you only get three, and you're not even done, that doesn't count. Like that's like, all right, you getting all these people, you're only thing they're doing is the sticking. You might have one that get a few seconds. All right, you stick it in, or you're done. Does that count as a body? Does that count as a body? Just because it went in, shouldn't it be a full session? You got yours, he got his. That's a session. That's a body. Not you stuck it in, you stroke, and all right, you're done. Next, no, that's not a body. That don't count. That don't count. So what she's doing, she's that's false advertisement. You're saying that you're sleeping with 1,000 people, even though that is crazy. But you're not. You're not. You probably out of 1,000, probably 400. The rest, 2 minutes, 1 minute, few seconds. Nah. This
Please
false.
stop and get some help. How is 1,000 even possible? In the documentary, she had each dude for at least 5 minutes, and some had to go less than that, right?
Look.
So how would 1,000 work? Like, would every dude just go in and out, then just leave? And if that's the case, then she'd have to do about 72 dudes per hour for 14 hours to achieve her goal of 1,000. It'll be a little over 1,000 if she's doing 72 per hour, but that's the pace she would probably have to go. Yes, I just did the math on this, which is pretty sad. I'm thinking way too hard on this. Wait, back to my main point. I don't feel bad for her, and you shouldn't either. I've seen many people online trying to blame the adult film industry, blame her team, and even blame the men involved, like this woman wasn't the one who ultimately made the decision to sleep with 100 guys. Yeah, we can say the adult film industry is horrible and they take advantage of young and innocent women, which is true. There's many occasions where the adult film industry has done that, and there's no doubt that her team probably had a huge hand in this whole thing. Not fully though, because she said it was her fantasy apparently. But yeah, we can say all these things, right? We can say, oh yeah, it's the adult film industry, it's her team, it's all these people. But at the end of the day, she was not forced into this lifestyle. It was her choice. She's the one who made the decision to do this, so it's her fault at the end of the day. And apparently her parents are supportive of her career, so we could also blame the parents a bit, but overall, I think it's her fault. It's no one else's fault but hers. I saw this one tweet the other day that was talking about the whole situation, and it said, how is it possible that men do this to a woman? And I feel like, yeah, we can all agree that like all the dudes involved are some losers. Like I said, some of these dudes did fly out from different countries to only have.
Yeah, but like for dudes, we already know most dudes are weird, are crazy, are sick, are disgusting. We know this. For girls, even though sadly, you're still a human, so therefore, this amount of men is just probably the same amount of women. But for women, we put you on a pedestal. So when you're doing what she wants, what she wants is, she want to be equal to a man. So therefore, she's doing man-like things. It's like, no, like you can't compare. And then again, like for me, for women, do what you want to do, but flaunting it is when you go wrong. Yes, if you want to go get your rocks off, go get your rocks off. You want, especially when you're single, you want to do your thing, go do your thing. But once you get to flaunting it like a dude would do, then your it's like, at least, even though our opinion doesn't matter, or somebody else's opinion doesn't matter, but then how you looked at, the respect, the looks of moral that you had gets dropped down, because like, what are you doing? Like this for her. She like, look wise, she's probably like a good 7.58. Very pretty girl. What are you doing? It's millions of things you can go. You can know that you can go do, but you want to get hit by 1,000 dudes in one day after you already done 100. Again, like, especially one day though, like your thing is going to be so worn out. Do you plan on getting married one day? Even though it's probably still somebody that's gonna marry it, but that's crazy.
5 minutes with her. That is some loser activity. But we can't sit here and act like this woman didn't make the decision to do this. She's the one who made the whole promos and stuff. She was talking about how she's excited, taking this down like it's a challenge. So why are we sitting here blaming the people participating rather than blaming the woman who did it, you know? There's many times where she said this was her fantasy, and even if that was a complete lie, she still did it at the end of the day. So how is it only the men's fault over hers? She's the one that opened Pandora's box.
Y'all niggas shouldn't have did it, and she shouldn't have wanted it.
There was also this other tweet I saw where it was longer than a Harry Potter book. And essentially what the person was saying was that Lillian Phillips was R-worded.
Bro, you literally gotta pay to do that. You're crazy. You're paying to pay to do this. Hell no.
By 100 men.
You
I'm not gonna
gotta
lie, this
pay
has to be some
Twitter to
elite
do
tier
that, bro.
rage bait.
Hell
There's no
no.
way that you watch that 47-minute documentary and the conclusion that you came to is that this woman got R-worded by 100 men. When she invited those men over, had them get tested, said she was excited for it, and gave them all consent, yet you think she got R-worded by 100 men?
He wasn't there.
At this point, God tier rage bait. Especially since the holidays are coming up, you can see the check next to this person's name. They're trying to maximize the Twitter monetization before Christmas comes up. I understand what you're trying to do. When are people actually going to hold this woman accountable for her actions rather than blaming everyone and everything around her? Like, the mental gymnastics that some people are playing instead of just blaming this woman is mind-boggling. Overall, I just think it's her fault, you know? But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All that being said, this is gonna wrap up the video. If you guys made this far, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's W video, but this is her fault and them niggas nasty. That's the only thing you can say. You can't blame the dudes for going to do it. You can judge them, but you blame her for wanting it, and blame her team and her parents for supporting it, her team for promoting